But why are we so surprised when the most senior positions in Scotland are filled almost exclusively by those who are white? Take my portfolio alone. The Lord President, white. The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white.
So people have asked me what I think of the new hate laws coming into force on the 1st of April in Scotland. And to be fair, April Fool's Day is probably the best day for them to come in, isn't it? Because we have to be fools to put up with it. The police have to be fools to start a designated hurty word squad for the internet. Now, laws are already in place. If someone, I've seen some things on Twitter and on Facebook, extreme racism by white and black people. I've seen Islamic preachers basically saying it should be a death penalty for non-Muslims.
I want to bring a group of people that he loves and they love him. These people will be soft and kind to the believers, and they'll be rough and tough against the kuffar. They will fight in the cause of Allah. I encourage all of you to be amongst them, to begin to cultivate ourselves for the time that is fastly approaching, where the tables are going to turn and the Muslims are going to be in a position of being uppermost and in strength. And when that happens, people won't get killed unjustly.
So I wonder if those Islamist thugs who threatened the teacher in Batley and put into hiding in a democratic country, wonder if they got nicked. Shall we have a guess? Shall we have a sweepstake? I think I know where my money's going, don't you? No place for it in this country. Not in any democratic society. I'm sorry. The police need to start policing, and not just for hurty words. You had threat to kill on camera and all sorts there. There shouldn't be someone in hiding because they were educating kids. A religion of peace. So when you get a cultural Marxist, like the First Minister of Scotland at the moment, and you get cultural Marxists like the Greens supporting the SNP, this sort of draconian throwback to the SS in Nazi Germany is what you get. And the irony of it is that if you oppose these things and you say that, let's say, a man who hasn't transitioned should never go in a woman's prison, you are right wing, you're a Nazi. Now this, it's like the immigration. You know, if you say, I don't think we should be letting people in our country who are undocumented, we don't know who they are, we don't know if they've got a genuine asylum claim, they've put their documents, bizarrely, over the side of the boat on their way here. If you say that, if you say intelligence has told the police that Armenian gangs have bolstered their ranks by 40% in inner cities where they control a lot of the drugs and a lot of the prostitution. Now, if you say that, you're right wing. You're far right. Right wing's not good enough. Right wing's just not good, but it's not near enough to the Nazis. You're far right. I don't know what the real Nazis would be now. Far right. Gotta be, ain't they? But I don't listen to a lot of these people because I think that they are lunatics. I won't say they're left or they're far left, but these cultural Marxists that have invaded our universities, our schools, obviously our police, our civil service must have been invaded for some of these decisions. Our judiciary. I've seen another person walk free from court from rape this morning because he didn't understand it was against the law. What is wrong with the judge? The judge should be locked up in the prison cell next to him. So yeah, we get what we put up with, don't we? We get what we put up with. And this hate law if I say something on stage, and I never go out to offend or abuse, but some people will get offended. I remember once in Bournemouth, the couple, and they were arguing all the way through the gig. They were at the table together, and I said, "Oh, are you two together?" And they said, "No." I said, "You're friends?" "No." I said, "Oh, yeah, you're married." Anyway, he said, "We're divorced." So I said, "What happened there then? Were you either so ugly or so aggravated that you went with other people and ended up back together? You're the only two people that would have each other." Just joking. People were laughing. They got up and stormed out.
Now you have adults going, I was offended, and I have rights. Well, so what? Be offended. Nothing happens. You're an adult. Grow up. Deal with it. I was offended. I don't care. Nothing happens when you're offended. There's nothing. I went to the comedy show, and the comedian said something about the Lord, and I was offended. And when I woke up in the morning, I had leprosy. Nothing happens. I want to live in democracy, but I never want to be offended again. Well, you're an idiot.
So presumably, if they say, "Oh, he said hurty words to me," I'd be arrested. Do you know what? I think anyone who's wanted for these crimes, I don't know how it's going to work. I wonder what. Who says what's offensive? Who says what's offensive?
How do you make a law about offending people? How do you make it an offence to offend people? Being offended is subjective. It has everything to do with you as an individual, or a collective, or a group, or a society, or a community, your moral conditioning, your religious beliefs. What offends me may not offend you, and you want to make laws about this? I'm offended when I see boy bands, for God's sake.
But anyway, if someone's offended by a knock-knock joke, or because they were traumatised by someone once who knocked on their door. If someone's vegan, don't like to think of a chicken crossing a road on its own, and they make a complaint, and the police then presumably try and arrest you and issue a warrant, I'm going to go on the run to see, well, A, it'll cost them to get me back from where I run to, and B, just to highlight how stupid the Scottish government and the cultural Marxists that have both captured it, and the racist.
The Solicitor General, white. The Chief Constable, white. Every Deputy Chief Constable, white.
Who is First Minister. Let's not beat around the bush. You've all seen the anti-white speech he gave.
Every Assistant Chief Constable, white. The head of the Law Society, white. The head of the Faculty of Advocates, white. Every prison governor, white.
The first person the police should arrest on the 1st of April, by the way, is him, because I'm offended by him. Offence is now a crime. Oh, we are so near George Orwell's 1984. It's unbelievable. But yeah, if someone's directing hatred or inciting violence against someone, yeah, they deserve being nicked. But causing offence, this is a bad road to go on. So will it change me? Will it change what I say on stage? No. Just might mean that there's a manhunt for me later on. That's my thoughts, folks. Let me know what your thoughts are. And please like the video, and if you like it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you're a cultural Marxist and you don't like it, do your best to get me cancelled. Have a good day, folks. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.
And not just justice. The Chief Medical Officer, white. The Chief Nursing Officer, white. The Chief Veterinary Officer, white. The Chief Social Work Advisor, white. Almost every trade union in this country headed by people who are white. In the Scottish Government, every Director General is white. Every chair of every public body is white.